But I just kind of want to come on here and do a video. I've been getting a lot of questions asking about filing a DBA. Now, I made a video about filing an LLC in Florida. Now, this one we're going to talk about what a DBA is. So, for those who didn't know, the LLC was a limited liability company. That's you file that on Sunbiz. The same thing here. You're going to file for a DBA on Sunbiz. So, what is a DBA, right? So, a DBA is a doing business as, or think about it as a fictitious name. So it's cheaper than an LLC. Let's say, for example, if you're kind of really early stages of a business, and maybe you don't want to go all the way in and paying $125 for an LLC, you may decide that you want to get a DBA so that you can still operate under a different name, but like you're a sole proprietor. So sole proprietor meaning you're working off of your name, but then you still want to have a DBA and say that you're Lee's bookstore, but I have a DBA for that. Maybe I don't have an LLC for it. Now, it's not going to give you the same protections. Now, another reason you would use a DBA would be to say if you have an LLC, let's say that is Lee's Books LLC, but you want to market without the LLC part, like you want to remove that, then you can create a DBA for just saying Lee's Books and you can remove LLC. So, whatever your reasoning for it, why you want a fictitious name, you know, it doesn't matter, but I'm going to show you how you can actually file one. So let me share my screen here. Let's add this bad boy. And now you should be able to see this here. Now, again, you're going to come to Sunbiz. So the way we can do that is we go to sunbiz.org. It'll bring you to this screen here. Now you'll see at the top here, you'll see where it says start a business. Under start a business, you'll see start e-filing. You'll see a few things, and then you're going to scroll all the way down here to fictitious name registration. You'll click on that. Now, here's going to take you to the Florida fictitious name registration page. Again, the name, here's the things. If you want to file a fictitious name, naming registry must be advertised at least once in the newspaper that's located within your county, but you don't have to have proof of your advertisement. So it's kind of like, you can also advertise it online, that kind of could work too. Now, again, let me make sure I add this here. I am not an attorney. I'm just giving you this advice based on my experience. I filed a lot of DBAs, I filed LLCs for others and myself. So that's kind of where this information is knowledge is coming from. This is just from purely from my experience. So if you need more advice on this, please consult an attorney. So anyway, now we got that out of the way. You gotta make sure that you also review all the instructions for filing a fictitious name, gather all information required to complete the form, and have a valid form of payment. Now, again, it's gonna be about $50. So that's how I checked. Now, another thing here, you don't need a fictitious name to file a corporation. You don't need a fictitious name at all. Okay, this will not satisfy workers' compensation exemption, and also is not required for your legal name. Like you don't need that to have it. Now, you can just have it for the reasons I told you before. Now, I'll just take a quick glance at this. Let's look at the instructions for filing. So you'll see in here, you're going to enter the exact name you wish to register. Don't enter more than one. You can't have any business entity suffixes at the end. So like you can't say Lee's Books and then still add LLC or PA or Corp or Inc. or any of those things. And you also can't use words like bank, banker, trust company, savings bank, nothing along the lines of like as if you were a financial institution. Okay. So same thing with the mailing address. You're going to enter the business address. It doesn't have to be the same place as your business address. It doesn't even have to be in Florida. Your mailing address can be anywhere you want to receive mail. And then the place of business, now that has to be in Florida. So you're going to choose a county. And if it's multiple counties, then boom. But I don't think you need to have a specific address there. So I'll show you. We're gonna go back here and we're gonna click here. So again, you got here, welcome to Sunbiz, start a business, fictitious name registration. Then you're gonna click register a Florida fictitious name. So again, it's gonna bring you to this screen now. Disclaimer, this is only for fictitious names. So if you're wanting to do an LLC or any corporation, watch my other video on that. That's a different process. So you're gonna go through all this. You're gonna click on I have read and accepted these terms, and you're gonna begin fictitious name registration. So here we are, fictitious name to be registered. You're gonna put in a name. I'm gonna call it Super Book Books. You'll call it that. Now, if you have an EIN or your tax ID number, you can put one in here. And now this is optional. You don't have to have an EIN for it. I recommend having an EIN if you're going to be using this DBA and this fictitious name to run a business. You don't want to have to use your social security number. I have a video on filing EINs as well. You don't want to use your own social security number just for all kinds of reasons. Also, you're going to need an EIN if you want to open up a bank for your business. So let's just put in a one here. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight, nine. There we go. Now, email address, you're going to want to put in the email address here. So we'll just call it superbooks at superbooks.com. Now, here you can get a certificate of status, or you can get a certified copy. So, certificate of status just says that this is, it went through, like it went by. So, here it is. It just says that you actually filed the fictitious name. Okay. It was certified, it's existing, those things. And the certified copy is just a certified copy of your registration. You don't need these things. This kind of can come up depending on what business when they ask you, hey, you need a certificate of status, you'll know where to go. Now here, you're gonna put your mailing address of the business, wherever you want to receive mail. So I'm gonna call this 123 Main Street, and I'm gonna give it Atlanta. I'm not even in Atlanta, but we'll go with that. Georgia. And I don't know any Atlanta zip codes at all. So let's just call it that. And that's pretty sure that's, yep, there we go. Now, the place of business, the Florida County principal place of business. So here, you're going to click on it. Now, if you're operating in multiple places, let's say you're online business or you don't, you're not staying in one county, then just select multiple. Now, if you're only working in one county and like special type of, requirements, then you select that one. So I'm going to stick with multiple. Now, here you're going to put your names. If the owner of the fictitious name, now remember, I told you there's two ways. You may want to do this as an individual, or you may want to do this as a business. For example, if you have a corporation or LLC, but you want to market under different names, or if you have one umbrella company and you want to have different DBAs that you're using, different fictitious names for different divisions of that business. So in those situations, you would choose the LLC. So here you choose that. I'll go with the individual, and I'm gonna put my name. There we go. Boom. Now, again, like I said, you can put an entity name here and you can add in all those things. Now, if it is a business you're applying for, you're going to make sure that you put your EIN and all those things like that. Now, if there's more than one person, you add them here. If there's a third person, add them there, fourth, and so forth. You can add up to 5 people on here. Once this is completely done, now, and actually, let me come back up here. You do have to put your address, either the address for that fictitious, either the address for the business entity or your address. So I'm just going to say here, my address is the same thing. 123 Main Street, Atlanta. Oh, wait, no, it has to be in Florida. So principal place of business, I'll be 123 Main Street, and I'll call it Miami, Florida. And we'll just boom, 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 boom. All right. So you put that in and scroll all the way down to the bottom. You'll put in your owner's signature. This is just basically saying that you're certifying that the information above is true and accurate, that this has been advertised at least once. Like I said, you can do it online, newspaper, different ways, and just says that no, you didn't provide any false information. Once you sign that, you hit continue. It's going to bring you up here. It's going to say again, hey, double check again. So you don't have to pay to have this thing redone. Like you don't have to edit anything. You'll see here it has a document tracking number. There's going to be a charge here, $50. You can do it with credit card, or if you have a Sunbiz e-file account number, or you can do a check payment by mail. So most people are probably going to do some kind of credit card, debit card. You'll click that. Now this is the last time you'll have the opportunity to click the back button to make any changes if you realize, I want to double check. So you click on that credit card payment, boom, and you'll see here, you'll put in all your information, you pay for it, they'll send you some type of confirmation that you have paid, you get a receipt, and then once they file the DBA, then you'll receive that. So hopefully that all made sense. I mean, it's a pretty simple, easy process, I would say. But yeah, if you have any questions, just comment below. Again, if you need to do an LLC or you want to know how to file your EIN, which is definitely something you're going to want to need for business banking, etc., then you can check out those videos that I have on the channel as well. I'll make sure I post those in the description. And yeah, I'll talk to you later. You have a good one.